And y'all just look at that water beating up, that ceramic coating. Left this thing out in the rain last night to let some of the nitrogen get washed off. Got about a quarter-inch of rain, and man, she's looking like brand new all over again. It's only been a couple months, but I sure am digging this ceramic coating on the farm equipment right now. All right, let's get this thing finished up and out of here today. That is my goal. We got 4 things left to do. I've started working the cab on the heater core, get you finished that. I've got a hub to pull off. We got a seal under the feeder house to replace, and then I've got a bent piece on the grain bin extension. Well, plus we need to put oil back in the PTO where we pulled that motor off, and she should be ready to go. I'm ready to get this thing out of here. I'm tired of looking at it.
Yeah, it's been in the shop for too long now.
All right, let me show you what I need you to start working on while I'm working on that hub. All right, Carter started cleaning this out, and I thought this is where we're going to have to access the heater core on the HVAC was in here according to the repair manual. I thought I had to take this cover off on top to get to the heater core, but after getting all the crap cleaned off of it, I found out I was wrong. Anyway, let me show you where we actually need to access it at. All right, the heater valve is actually accessed in an easier place.
It's rare.
Yeah. Anyway, this cover right here on the outside is what's got to come off. Here's where our hose and stuff come in, and the heater valve should be right behind that cover. So I think you got 9 screws around the edge you got to take off, and then that cover comes right off. All right, and then this pulley right here I'm going to take off because there's a bushing up in that hub that I need to replace. All right, and you got that cover off, and this piece right here is what we're looking at. We'll have to pinch off the heater hoses to it so we don't lose coolant. Like you unclamp it and unscrew it here from the top, and then however that thing is mounted up comes on out. All right, got the old bushing drove out of the back side of this hub here. Go back in with a new one. All right, should be good and new. About got her whooped there.
She's about whooping me.
So you got some choice words for Case IH engineers?
Yeah, they probably don't even want to hear them. They're the smartest people I know so far. One of these thousands of different style clips out.
Yeah, wiring harnesses, especially ones that have been plugged in for 11 years, can be a headache.
Yeah.
You got plenty of antifreeze lubricating your hands though.
Oh yeah, I'm plenty cool. I'm not gonna freeze this one.
You're a cool dude right now. All right, what are we looking at there?
I have no idea. But the pump is off, or the heater core.
That's a mix valve right there that opens the flow of the coolant to the heater core. I don't know what's wrong with just a simple mechanical dial in the cab. Why it's all got to be electronic. But that's what it is.
There she is.
All right, I just hope that that's the actual problem of it.
Yeah.
Because that's the easy part to get to. All right, come on up. I got to show you one of the most joyous places to work on this combine.
I feel like you're kidding.
Well, it'd be a little bit more enjoyable for you than it is me. My belly permits me getting up in there. All right, open up that panel on top of the engine there. All right, you're going to get down in there.
At least it's got a nice little step for me.
Watch that wastegate on the turbo.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep that right on way down in there.
Yep.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to sit on that rotary gearbox. Yeah, you got down there way easier than I do.
Yeah, this wasn't even bad.
All right, this belt right here won't come off, so I have to loosen up the tensioner here, and then there's a bushing in there that we're gonna have to replace. Yeah, where the tensioner pivots up and down. That pulley looks like it's about, feel like it got a lot of slack going. Wiggle that pulley there. All right. Well, you see the slack in the arm.
Yeah.
When you wiggle it back and forth. You see that? Yeah, and that pivot right there. That's where we got to replace those bushings. And plus, we got to replace the whole belt too. Son of a gun. That 16 still up there. Why? Impact broke it right loose. We're gonna go back with a different nut. That one's half rounded off. And I'm just still dropping stuff. Bushing replacements inside here. All right, that lathe is coming in handier and handier every day. Use it to make this bushing driver. Perfect diameter to fit on the bushings, drive them right out without scarring the shaft up, plus drive the new ones in without damaging them. All right, Andy, try this out. See how well it works for you. Man, you can fit down there so much easier than I can.
It's comfortable down here. That was easy.
Proper tools make the job so much easier.
Oh yeah.
All right, fit that one over the end of it and drive it to the far end. Be careful not to start driving it out the other end though. All right, hard part's done now. Just gotta put her back together. All right, we still got one more job left. I think she's safe to start up and move out of all that oil we spilled, because we're going to get up under the feeder house there. Test the hydrostat out. Make sure it'll actually move this beast. All right, be watching right here and let me know. Yell real loud if anything blows.
All right.
All right, please, for the love of God, start up. Looks like we got a little bit more air in the system than what we need. All right, I got her. A lot of oil purchased from the hydraulic system. All that looks good and dry. Like we need to adjust our screen on our brush, on our rotary screen a little bit. It's getting a little too much. Overall, I'd say it's a success so far.
Put it in reverse.
Yeah, we ain't tried to move it yet. All right, we're also going to turn this all the way hot, let the engine warm up, and see if we can get any heat in here. All right, let's try her out. Oh yeah, she's moving. Like all the oil, air purged out of the motor. Both of these heater hoses feel like they got some warm water going through them, so maybe my heater's working now. Yeah, I can feel some warm air starting to come through there now. Oh, so nice. so glad it was added, not something more difficult and more expensive. Good news. The combine moved.
I'm very thankful.
And we got heat in the cab.
Woo-hoo, we don't have oil on the floor. We have heat in the cab. We have a brand new combine, basically.
All right.
What I'm hearing.
Well, we on the home stretch now.
Is this bracket right here?
Yep, you see that bracket right there? That's what happens when you try to unfold it and you don't have the clearance to unfold it.
Smack.
I can't remember what I hit, but I definitely hit something. Pretty simple fix though.
This one though, I like this project.
Yeah.
These are the projects I like.
All right, I'm gonna get up under the feeder, see if I can get started on that. All right, next thing is we need to replace this seal going right here, and this is just a seal from the transition from the feeder to the rotor cone right there. And to do that, we gotta take off this spring door and the bottom part of the transition code there to be able to get up in there and get to it. And what that seal does is it keeps grain there in the combine rather than dropping out as the crop flow is making the transition from the feeder right there up into the rotor. Deep well for that one. Probably going to get one out of the service truck. I don't have any deep well 1/2 inch here. It's got a head on there, but I don't know how you ever gonna hold it. I mean, there's literally no way to get a wrench on there. I think the only way to get to it is from the inside. I don't know how you're gonna do that. You know what make it really easy to get to the heads of those bolts? If we take the entire feeder off.
Oh yeah, it'd be right there.
In fact, I think that's probably what they intended.
Yeah, they don't like for people to take their stuff off, I don't think.
I don't want to take this entire feeder off to replace one freaking flap. Wouldn't make it easy, but it's actually not that hard to take it off. It's easier than you think.
I ain't never taken one off, but it seems like it'd be kind of...
Well, I've never taken this one off. I took one off on my old combine. But I've seen this one taken off. It's actually not all that bad. What was that you said, Andy?
I think these bolts are gonna come loose here in a second.
Now, what'd you say the other day? If it's liquid, it can't be tight.
Yeah, it can't be tight if it's liquid.
You might not want to sit too close there. There's gonna be some molten stuff dropping in your crotch. I don't think your future wife will appreciate that. Running my pretty paint up under there and all the bean dust that I missed from washing. Oh, I love the smell of burning cotton. I bet they come out now. All right, last bolt, I hope. Let's see if you can reach up in there and
Like that.
this whole black thing right here is coming down.
All right. It's got some weight.
All right, both sides. Woo! Easy there. All right, well, you let her down. I gotta figure out how to snake it out of here. Yeah, it ain't too bad, but it ain't too light either. All right, well, what you're looking at there is the front side of the rotor. That's the auger spiral and impeller that brings the crop through the transition cone there into the rotor. And then this, well, you can't hardly see it dark. This belt right here is what we're going to replace. But it's 4:30 on a Friday afternoon. I think this is a good place to stop. We didn't quite get this combine done today, but we are knocking on the door. Once we finish that up and put a couple panels back on, should be ready to pull out shop. We had a pretty good day. But as cold as it's going to be this weekend, we're not going to be in the fields first thing Monday morning, so we'll get her wrapped up then. What's the oil level look like after we moved it?
They're all looking great so far. I might add just a little bit of motor oil. But
Well, probably the last major cold snap of the year, and I'm loving it, but I don't think the wheat is too much. Wheat's getting more and more advanced every day, and got down to like 17 degrees last night, so a little concerned about damage to the wheat crop, but it's probably going to be a week and a half before we can tell if there was any kind of damage. The older it gets, the less cold tolerant it gets. So just have to wait and see. But hopefully everything will be good. Good on it. My wheat's a little bit farther behind than what most everybody else's is, which means it should withstand the cold just hopefully a little bit better. So. Well, you ready to get this thing done and out of here? I'm tired of looking at it. I'm tired of it taking up space in my shop.
me too. It's taking up too much of our heat.
Yeah, just a couple little odds and ends, and hopefully we'll be moving this thing out of here before lunchtime today.
That sounds like a plan.
All right, start on this end down here closest to the camera and work your way back. Oh, right on the crotch. You see these bolts here on these carriage head bolts, we're going to have to take them out, drop that angle iron piece down. When you see the socket you just had, see what size it is. I don't know how it comes out, because that angle iron piece ain't going to drop down because it's welded on the sides. So this belt's just kind of squeezed in there, and of course got all dirt and junk and everything up there, so it's froze in there. So I guess we just want to get some vice grips or something and just try and yank on it and work it loose. Let's see, it's welded right there, so don't matter if we take those bolts out. All those bolts do is hold that door on, I believe.
If it wasn't welded, that would definitely be the answer, because it's clips.
Yeah, get some vice grips and yank on it. Maybe give me a long flathead screwdriver. I can kind of shove it up in there and prise around a little bit too. Watch out. There's all kind of crap up in here. Let's see if you can hold this corner here. That sucker is pinched in there good. It looks like maybe this top piece is not welded though and is attached to the door. So maybe we take that last bolt loose and then the top piece comes, I don't know. Let's try and loosen that last bolt up and. It's becoming a lot more difficult project than I thought. I thought we were saving like the easy for last.
Yeah, it's not the easiest so far. I don't understand why it's so tight.
I got a lot of crud. If you can see the bottom of this angle iron piece, you can tell it's rusty.
Yeah,
That's what's grabbing it.
Everything that's digging out of it right now is just straight dust or rust. And it is just digging.
I don't know. Might be time to go green.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought you said it's coming.
It's trying to. Golly, it's pulling me back in there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can't get these last 3 inches out at all. the bolt holes out.
What's holding it?
Lord knows.
Thought you said it was about to come out.
It sure looks like it. I don't see anywhere for it to be holding. Lord mercy. It's gonna come out at some point today. Not before noon.
We long past noon. I just want to get this done today. That might not be a possibility.
Man.
Alright, as you can see, Andy's got the new belt in his hand. There's the old one. Case IH engineers really put some thought into how to make this as difficult as possible to remove a simple seal. No doubt about that. But finally got it out. I won't take that piece out that clamps down on it and just grind a little, shave a little bit off the end of it to make it where we can knock it back and forth and get it out a whole lot easier. But there's one piece we can't get to get loose that's got to come out. So we got the piece loose enough to where I think we can stick the belt back up in there easy enough, hopefully. In fact, it looks like he's already making pretty good progress.
Yeah, I've already got the whole belt in.
Well, look at you.
There's no bolts. There we go. That was too easy.
We ain't done yet. We got a long ways to go.
It was too easy. Oh, I just pulled it back out. That would have been nice.
We got it so free, it don't even want to stay up in there now.
This belt needs to talk to all its belt friends and tell it to come out just as easy as this one is.
All right, finally, the new belt is in. This has definitely been one of the more aggravating repair jobs in recent memory. I mean, all for a simple seal. Now, why they couldn't have made it where this angle iron piece just bolts up and you drop it down and replace the belt from the bottom side, but no, it's welded on each end. And it's, I mean, yes, it's super pinched in between two pieces of steel. Can I get the top piece of steel out? Can I get the bottom piece of steel out? This would have been a lot easier if we just taken the feeder off. I don't know why I let you talk me out of taking the feeder off.
Yeah, it would have made it a lot easier. That's for sure. I should have just not torched the bolts.
A solid day's worth of work just to replace a seal. Good grief. All right, but that's done. Last thing to do is put this big sucker back up there on the front of the rotor and get her bolted up. We're gonna go your way more. All right, just hold in place. Let me get up under there with you. Need to try and slide it behind that line if we can. Almost. All right, pick up on it.
I can put one in right here.
All right, she done?
I hope so. Man, I hope so.
All that back up under there, all for this seal right here. All right, let's get out from under this hole. Well, she ready for a 100 bushel wheat crop that we're gonna make?
I think she's ready and more.
We're gonna make 100 bushels if you sprayed it all right?
Oh yeah, we're gonna make 120. We're gonna be the top dog.
Oh, I hope so, because I got some contracted at $10 a bushel. 120 bushels sound pretty nice.
Pretty nice.
4,100 engine hours, a little over 2,700 separator hours, and I now think she's just about as good shape as what she was brand new when she come out of the factory. We've we've addressed everything on here, got her set up for wheat, and knock on wood, shouldn't give us any problems come June whenever we fire it up to get our wheat crop out. But I tell you what, we've done a lot of repairs on this thing just about every year over the years, but the repairs we had to do this year, I thought were going to be quick, easy, I mean relatively simple, but you talking about a thorn in my side that kept on digging its way deeper and deeper and deeper. I mean, some of the simplest stuff we had to do on here wound up being some of the most aggravating as far as getting it apart and then putting it back together and getting it back together right. That gum.
None of it was, I would say, was hard. But
None of it was technically hard, but man, you talk about aggravating. Whew.
yeah, it takes 4 hours to get a bolt out.
I mean, what I thought was going to be around a 3-day project wound up dragging out 2 weeks. Now, we weren't on this the whole time. We were spraying wheat and other stuff too, but that gum. She's been here a long time. I'm ready to get it out and get something else in here. But it's going to be a little while before we do that because we're going to head back to the fields today. We got about a half a day before the next storm system rolls in. So we're going to try and get a little field work in and probably back here in the shop tomorrow though. So appreciate y'all watching these combine repair videos, and we'll see you in the next one.